Very good evening to all of you. Thank you so much, Andaman. आप इतना प्यार से हमको ये मौका दिया, हमारा जो किताब है आपके सेलुलर जेल के सामने हमको स्थापित करने के लिए. Thank you so much, and we can be more thankful to Honorable Member of Parliament Shri Kuldeep Rai Sharma ji to have made this a wonderful arrangement. वहाँ इतने सारे बारिश पानी से बह के फिर भी आप लोग इतना टाइम निकाल के एक जोड़ के आज हमारे साथ खड़े हैं, बस ये बताने के लिए हम सब भाई बहन हैं. हिंदुस्तान में कोई अकेले नहीं है, चाहे वो अंडमान हो, चाहे वो नॉर्थ ईस्ट हो, चाहे वो कश्मीर हो, तो हम सब एक हैं. और थैंक यू सो मच अंडमान, आज आप हमारे लिए टाइम निकाल के सेलुलर जेल के सामने आके हमको ये हमारा प्रीसेंस का फ्रीडम फाइटर्स के बारे में जो बुक हमने शुरुआत किया है, वो बुक का रिलीज के दिन में आपको हमको देखने के लिए मौका दिया. थैंक यू सो मच. And I would also like to welcome our Honorable Member of Parliament, Shri Kuldeep Rai Sharma ji, who is a Member of Parliament of Andaman Nicobar, and who's one of the best performing parliamentarians and who's been continuously performing well. And all the very best to you, sir, for your future endeavors. And thank you so much for the team of Kuldeep Rai Sharma ji, who had ensured that this has been happening without any hiccups. And thank you so much for that energy the entire team has shown to us. And we would want to specially thank KVS Gopalakrishnan sir for, first of all, his patience to have waited so long to enjoy how the national spirit is happening in Andaman and Nicobar today. And to give you a quick brief about Dr. KVS Gopalan sir, he's a retired IPS officer. He has been the former Special Director and Director General of Police Intelligence Bureau, Government of India. Sir had about 35 years of experience in the police service, and sir has extensively been active in social service as well as in the field of education. And sir is also the chairman of PS Group of Schools in Chennai. So today we've got two eminent personalities with us. One to celebrate the 77th Independence Day of India with all pride and colors. And secondly, to the honor of having you both with us to launch our PreSense Speaks Valiant Freedom Speakers of India Part 2. And thank you so much on behalf of Prime Point Foundation, on behalf of PreSense. I welcome you all with folded hands, and happy Independence Day. Let's all stay together for this and forever. And over to Mr. Prime Point Srinivasan, who is the founder and the chairman emeritus of Sansad Ratna Awards Committee and the founder of Prime Point Foundation. Sir, over to you. Please talk a few words about the book.
Jai Hind, Vande Mataram. Really, I'm excited to see the family members of freedom fighters in front of Cellular Jail. In fact, we have been telling that it is a pilgrimage center. Even I wrote when I came there in January. At that time itself, I was thinking that our team was thinking that we have to do some program in Andaman remotely or closely, and to celebrate the freedom fighters. Now this book is a composition of, or the compilation of articles published over a period of time on various aspects. We have included one section on Andaman also, that you will find that eBook will be shared with you all. And there in Andaman, our Honorable MP's office will be sharing with you. And from here, we will also share to all the other people here. You please go through that. And we have been really excited to see the freedom fighters family. In fact, the Pandeyji family members also there. And really, I am happy and excited. I am grateful to Honorable MP for having come forward to launch this ebook, and at Andaman in front of Cellular Jail, in the presence of all the family members of freedom fighters. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata Ki Jai.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
1 minute, and I must also acknowledge the great contribution by Mr. C. Badri. He is now joined from United States. He has authored all the articles, and every month he will choose some of the unknown freedom fighters, and then he will do a research on them. And all of the people, you please go through in the book. And I'm really grateful to see Badri sir, and he was a former general manager of Canara Bank and Indian Overseas Bank, and he has taken all the pains to do a research and put down all the whatever he has learned. Thank you very much. Welcome you all.
Thank you, sir. So now let's officially launch the ebook by PreSense. So I would request the Honorable Member of Parliament, Kuldeep Rai Sharma ji, to please officially release the ebook in the hands of the freedom fighters' family and the rest of the patriots who have actually joined hands to join with us in this very unique moment. Andaman Nicobar is one such place that if anybody from any part of the country come over there, उनका तो वहां का जो प्यार जुड़ जाता है, तो वो अंडमान बार बार उनको बुलाया ही जाता है. तो मुझे ये लगा पहली बार जब मैं अंडमान आई थी, वो बस मेरे लिए एक फीलिंग था, जब ये इतना महत्वपूर्ण जगह है कि आप सब हमारे लिए लड़े हैं, आपके माता पिता दादा दादी नाना नानी हमारे लिए लड़े हैं, ताकि आज हम हंस के ये स्वतंत्र दिन इतना खुशी से बना सकते हैं. थैंक यू सो मच, आप सब हमारे साथ आज जुड़े हो. और ओवर टू श्री कुलदीप राय शर्मा जी, आपका प्लीज कुछ बातें.
For considering our beautiful islands, our beautiful Cellular Jail, which is a national monument for the whole country, that you people still remember that the struggle done by our freedom fighters in this island. It's really no other words to be said about it. So thank you so much, especially Srivasan ji, for considering our beautiful island for this special edition of yours to bring the struggle and the hardship faced by the freedom fighters during those days when nothing was here, when this place was called as Kala Pani. And I'm really thankful to all the freedom fighters family who are present here, who have really spared their valuable time to be part of this function, and all my colleagues, whoever they are here on this August gathering, to be a part of this such an auspicious function on the eve of Independence Day. I really thank one and all present here, and especially Srivasan ji, Priya ji, and all of your team to be a part of this function. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for beautifully organizing this program with all your efforts. And without no further delay, I would now request the keynote address by Dr. KBS Gopalakrishnan, IPS retired. Sir, over to you, sir.
Shri Kuldeep Rai Sharma ji, Member of Parliament of Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Shri Prime Point Srinivasan, the MD PreSense, Srimati Priyadarshini Rahul, Editor PreSense, Shri Ramasundaram, Ramesh Sundaram, Editor-in-Chief, and all the invitees and the citizens of Port Blair who had assembled there to pay tributes to the freedom fighters. As a proud Indian, each one of us have walked into the 77th year of independence. It was nostalgic for me to have a look at the Cellular Jail sitting here in Chennai, which I had the opportunity to visit during the visit of Shri Shankarasaya Sharma ji, the then president, when he visited the Cellular Jail and other islands during his time. Let me, at the outset, congratulate Shri Srinivasan and his team, especially Shri Badri, for having put their heart and soul in bringing out the second part of eBook on valiant freedom fighters. If we don't look back into the history and recount the yeoman's service done by each one of them, Mahatma Gandhi down to the unknown, unsung, and forgotten freedom fighters for whom the country was the foremost, and we'll be failing in our duty if we don't do so. Let us remember them and live up to their expectation. Janani Janmabhumischa Swargadapi Gariyasi. The mother and the motherland are greater than the heaven. That is what is said. Without much ado, let me share my random thoughts on challenges of freedom. Professor Sir Thompson of Great Britain observed, India is not only an important, but perhaps the most important country for the future of the world. In it, all the convergent influences work: Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Christian, Jewish, Stalinist, Maoist, Communist, Socialist, Gandhian, liberal, and secular. He added, there is not a thought that is conceived in the East or the West which does not pass through some of the Indian minds. What a great compliment it was. Have we lived up to it is the question. A country is not merely a collection of human beings. The country lives through its culture and civilizational impact. We started as a republic 73 years ago. Fortunately, we had the advantage of a unified nationality thanks to the British regime and the efforts of Sardar Patel in the post-independent era, a well-defined and practical constitution which imbibed the best elements from different parts of the world. And the last but not the least, our thousands of year old civilization and its genes passed on to posterity. If things are now in a disarray, we can't blame the architects of the nation and of the constitution. It is our failure in fulfilling the dreams or visions of the freedom fighters. From the selfless foot soldiers of the yesteryears, what we see before us is only selfish elements. A change is the need of the hour, and I hope we will go forward in this direction. China and India had, at one point of time, almost similar per capita income. But today, China leads with a multifold increase. Notwithstanding the type of regime there, what is needed is a sense of nationalism, patriotism, and direction in the right path. Talking on patriotism, Swami Vivekananda wrote, do you feel that millions are starving today and millions have been starving for ages? Has it made you restless? Has it made you sleepless? That is the first step, he said, about patriotism. Mahakavi Subramanya Bharatiyar went on one step further. Tani oru manidanuku unavillai enil jagathinai azhithiduvom. If a single man is without food to sustain himself, I shall destroy this earth. Having attained freedom, how do we live in this world as one family? Kaniyan Pungundranar, a Tamil poet, wrote, Yadum Bure, Yavarum Kelir. All places are ours, all are our kith and kin. In other words, that is the equivalent of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Freedom cannot stand alone, as the famous thinker of France, de Tocqueville, said. Freedom has to be paired with her companion virtue. Freedom and justice, freedom and law, freedom and morality, freedom and public good, freedom and civic responsibility. It was our fortune and it was India's success with democracy which has made the Western scholars look at India with an awe. Professor Rostov of the Texas University in United States stated that the most important phenomenon of the post-war era is the survival of Indian democracy. How it has survived in a vast nation with multicultural, multiracial, multilinguistic society, and how is it possible for them to go through the democratic system when the same type of democracy adopted elsewhere was failing near our country? That is one. Unity in diversity, that is India's strength, and we should live by that. And one more, Swami, when Mahatma Gandhi was looking at our administration, he wanted it to be citizen-centric. He would say, a visitor to a government office is not dependent on us. We are depending on him. We should treat him with care and courtesy. The first Prime Minister of Jawaharlal Nehru stood for citizen-centric administration. Administration is meant to
Ramesh.
and not to exist in some kind of an ivory tower. And I am sure that we'll be able to achieve this by doing it. And also we need citizenship and responsibility. And what do we see in the world today, or even in our own cities today? There is a lack of abidance to law, courtesy for women, and things happening which are not to be in the Indian soil. I'm sure the citizens will be acting with responsibility in the days to come, making them on par with other nations where everyone follows the law, follows its culture, and be courteous. And looking at our foreign relations, I think we have been taking the policy that India will not invade any country. That has been our thing for ages. And we have stood by that when Mahatma Gandhi wanted it to be like that. From Panchsheel we adopted non-alliance movement, and then we have got South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. Uneasy borders have compelled us to join the nuclear club, more so when the bipolar world has gradually shifted to a unipolar one. Having been accepted by the world as an important nation, India is now trying hard to project itself as a significant economy within the top 5. I think it wants to move to the 3rd position. If all of us Indians have the sense of nationalism and patriotism, there is nothing which is unachievable. And I thank the organizers for having given me the opportunity to share my thoughts with you. Let India grow. Jai Hind.
Priya, 1 minute. Is Gauri Shankar Pandeyji is there? On the one side. Can we ask him to speak for 2 minutes blessings? Gauri Shankar Pandeyji, is he there?
Yes, sir, he's there. They're just
He's there, no? I met him when I was in, and his father, and he has narrated after listening to his story. Just a couple of minutes, he can give his views. Gauri Shankar Pandeyji, then we'll go for what
glad that it has been published and it has all brought to the nation, youngsters, and those who are interested in national unity, integrity, and it has to be secured and by all means, and we should know the sacrifices of all the people who engage for the freedom of a struggle of the country. Thank you very much. I am very much glad that this has been compiled in form of a book, and very, very, very much my good wishes. And further, you may continue for this island, so further news, new activities, these events, so that it may go long way in the countries to have a unity. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind. Priya, you can proceed now for vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. In fact, it was overwhelming to hear KVS sir and followed by Gauri Shankar sir. So first, thanking KVS first of all for those wonderful research that you have done, sir. You just ran us through the entire 77 years of post-independence. You have spoken about the international relationship. You have also spoken about our reliance, our strength of reliance, and you've also spoken about the non-alignment, which was one of our most biggest strengths that has kept us united as a country and whatnot. Thank you so much for that wonderful speech that you've given with such a great research, sir. And there have also been few points that you have wanted us to think over, and we will surely keep it in mind, and we will surely see what best we can do to ensure that the country stands in the same pride and integrity as what it has been standing for the last 77 years. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Gauri Shankar ji. Aapka baat sune mein humko itna badhiya mauka mila. First of all, thank you for that. और आपके बारे में जितना भी हम पढ़ते हैं उतना ही कम लगता है हमको. और वहाँ अंडमान में जो रहने वाले लोग के लिए मैं बोल रही हूँ, हम प्राइम पॉइंट श्रीनिवासन जी जो हमारा एडिटर इन चीफ है, जो प्राइम पॉइंट फाउंडेशन का मैनेजिंग, वो सर सारे ईजाइन हमारा मैनेज करते हैं, प्राइम पॉइंट श्रीनिवासन जी. सो वो कुछ जाके हमारा पांडे जी के घर में गए थे, उनसे बात किए थे, उनके अपने फैमिली के बारे में बातचीत हुए थे, और सर इतना डिस्टर्ब हो गए थे, उनको सोने में 2 हफ्ते लगा. तो वही बोल रहे थे हमारे सामने अभी. तो एक फैमिली के फैमिली का स्टोरी सुन के हमको 2 हफ्ते हुए शांति से सोने के लिए, और वहां हर घर में एक एक कहानी होगा इसी तरफ का. तो हमारे तरफ से हर एक फैमिली जिसके आपका फैमिली से कोई भी ये फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल में जुड़े हुए हैं, उनको हमारा प्रणाम. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर बीइंग विद अस. एंड सो कैन आई रिक्वेस्ट our editor-in-chief PreSense, Shri Ramesh Sundaram sir, to please deliver the vote of thanks, and with special mention to C. Badri sir, सो इट इज, ये जो बुक आज आपके हाथ में मिल रहा है, ये बुक आपको फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट है। आपको चाहिए तो ऑनलाइन में जाके आप डाउनलोड कर सकते हो। इनमें जो जो फ्रीडम फाइटर्स के बारे में हम लिख रखे हैं, शायद वो फ्रीडम फाइटर्स के नाम भी आप नहीं सुने होंगे। तो इसका पूरा रिसर्च करके जो फ्रीडम फाइटर्स हमारे पीछे हमारे लिए अपना ध्यान दे रखे हैं, उनका नाम चुन के बद्री सर ने बहुत अच्छा सा रिसर्च करके ये बुक आपके सामने दे रखे हैं। सो बद्री सर, कैन वी सी यू ऑन स्क्रीन, ताकि उनको पता चल जाए कौन है ये जो ऑथर है। इतना बढ़िया सा हमको ये इतना महत्वपूर्ण बुक आपको दे रखे हैं जो फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट है। प्राइम पॉइंट फाउंडेशन की तरफ से आपको फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट में डाउनलोड करिए। अपने जो बच्चे हैं उनको पढ़ने के लिए एक मौका भी दे दीजिए।
शशि बद्री. Srinivasa Gopal, can you come on the screen for technical support? Srinivasa Gopal, before we go, Srinivasa Gopal is a technical expert who has been responsible for this entire program planning and everything. Now over to Priya for vote of thanks. Ramesh
Now I'm
Sundaram.
giving it to Ramesh Sundaram sir, जो हमारा editor in chief PreSense है. Over to you, sir, Ramesh sir.
Thanks for giving me the wonderful opportunity of delivering vote of thanks at the launch of our ebook on valiant freedom fighters of India, Part 2. It's not every day that you get an opportunity to thank and salute great freedom fighters who have sacrificed their invaluable life for the cause of our nation. On their life and soul only, our country has progressed and developed manyfold. It is sad that the book has been released from the ramparts of Andaman Cellular Jail, Port Blair. It is here the seeds of freedom movement had been sown. Many freedom fighters have endured extreme torture here. Myself and the whole PreSense team take this opportunity to thank our Honorable Member of Parliament, Shri Kuldeep Rai Sharma, for launching our ebook on freedom fighters and for delivering an excellent speech and for making excellent arrangements for launch of the book at Port Blair. Thanks also to Dr. KVS Gopalakrishnan, IPS retired, former Special Director and DGP, for his very excellent, emotional and full of facts, interesting keynote address. I would also thank Shri Kuldeep Badri, our consulting editor, for the painstaking efforts he has taken in compiling many engaging articles on hitherto unknown yet valiant freedom fighters. Jai Hind.